Bonjour, hi. Welcome back to another coffee talk. For those of you who are not familiar with coffee talks, it's a series I have where every Friday I sit down with a cup of coffee. I sip on it while I talk about different topics that have been on my mind for the past week, and this week is no exception. I have found myself a new crush. I was scrolling through TikTok on my For You page, and this video popped up. It was a video of a live performance, and the person performing was Steven Sanchez, and something switched in my brain. You know, the guy who sings, "I'll never fall in love again until I found her." Yeah, this man altered my brain chemistry. Something has changed ever since I saw that video. I am not the same woman ever since I saw that video. And honestly, I haven't had a crush like that in a while. It's a celebrity crush, yes, but a crush is a crush. But obviously, and as always, this is not the topic of today's video, though it could be, but I'm not going to go there. Not yet. Today, we are talking about hobbies. The reason why I want to talk about hobbies today is because I recently went on a date, and the person I went on this date with asked me about my hobbies. And I've just realized that all of my, I do have hobbies, but most of them turned into work. So let me explain. My hobbies used to be creating content, filming videos, editing, playing music, just being creative in general. And most of those hobbies turn into what I'm doing for a living. And I'm so grateful for that. Don't get me wrong. I am so happy to say that the things I am the most passionate about are what I do in life and are what I am able to pay the bills with. But it has made me realize that a lot of the time I spend on things is actually related to work or related to creating content, filming YouTube videos, editing YouTube videos, editing reels. Just, I have turned a lot of what I do in life into content and into work. And it's not such a bad thing because I do enjoy it. But do I have hobbies? I don't know. And it's funny because recently I came across a video on YouTube that was called, or something along the lines of, 2024 is going to be the year of hobbies. And it made me ask myself a few questions. Like, do I even have hobbies? That's an actual question. Because I, for one, don't have a lot of free time. But when I do, how do I actually spend it? And answering that question again on the date, I was like, I felt so pathetic because the answers to me were not that interesting. Like, I was listening to myself talk and I was just, ew, what kind of answers are those? Like, I was not impressed by my own answers. But, okay, so my hobbies currently are journaling, reading, and listening to music. How basic is that? This is everyone's hobbies. Like, everyone does that. Everyone listens to music. Everyone, or a lot of people read. And nowadays, a lot of people journal. And it made me just realize how, again, basic I was. And I'm not here to shame myself or shame anyone who has those hobbies because they are mine. This is what I do when I have some free time. But I don't know, it's not the kind of answer I wish I would have had, if that makes sense. I really wish I was into, I don't know, like painting or drawing or doing crochet. Or, I don't know, something a little more creative that doesn't necessarily have to turn into work. Because as I said in the past, all of my hobbies were related to videography. And thankfully, this is what I do now. But it's not a hobby anymore. And it's not an obligation because I do enjoy it. But it still doesn't fit in the category of a hobby. And it's unfortunate. So I did some self-reflection. And I really want to find myself a new hobby. Like, I play music. I play the guitar. I play the ukulele. I sing. I dance. And those, I feel like, were my hobbies in the past, but I haven't really entertained any of them. That didn't make sense. But what I'm getting at is that I have all of those things I'm really interested in, but I have phases. So I get interested in one thing in particular and then become obsessed with it. Now my current hobby is having a crush on Steven Sanchez. But more seriously, I feel like I don't have this thing right now. I don't have this hobby that I'm very interested in and that I'm like putting my heart and soul into just for this satisfaction of it. What I'm putting my heart and soul in at the moment is work, and it's job related or it's social media related, because I'm really trying to grow my personal brand, and I'm putting all this time and effort and energy into it, and it's paying off. But I want to detach myself from it, and I want to find something that is not going to bring me viewers, or it's not going to bring me followers. It's not going to give me any sense of external recognition. It's going to bring me just this inner satisfaction of doing it, and I don't know, just trying a new thing and having this new little hobby to cherish and to develop. And I remember I mentioned something important in the coffee talk about friendships and how the way that we make friends when we are children and the way we create relationships and we become social is by interests, and it's by the things that we are interested in and the games we like to play and the hobbies that we have. And I feel like that's also something that's missing to my life, is I don't have any friendships that are related to hobbies, if that makes sense. Like, having a hobby is not only spending time on something that you enjoy, but it's also like the whole social aspect of it. I want to find myself a new hobby, and I want to make friends related to that hobby. Like, I don't know, I just want to become a little bit more social, because again, I'm just rambling here, but I spend so much time on my own projects and on my own work and on my own little stuff that I feel like I'm not necessarily getting out there. And my mother would agree that I spend a little bit too much time on this. And I'm really trying to find a balance here. That's my whole point for this, is still working on what matters to me and what I'm passionate about, which is this, but also finding something else and enjoying something else. And that's the whole purpose here. And as a kid, I used to take dance lessons, and eventually I was in a dance crew and we went to competitions. But again, the same thing happened where a hobby became a little more serious. And that's usually what happens with me, is I take something as a hobby, like it starts off as a hobby, but it grows into something more serious, and I'm making it into something bigger, and I'm wanting to get the most out of it and juice it, you know? But for this time, I just want to find something cool, like pottery, but again, it would be my type to do this and to make to sell what I do, because I'm always trying to find the opportunity to just develop a little more and to be a little more perfect at it and more skilled, and to make this worth it. I don't know if that's the right word, but to me, and that's something I'm really trying to work on in 2024, is doing things just for the heck of it, just for enjoying it, for having pleasure, just to enjoy, because I tend to want to see the purpose of things and like the why. But sometimes there's no why. Sometimes it is what it is. Cheers to that. So I don't know, that's just been a challenge so far in 2024, finding myself a new hobby, finding myself something to do with the little free time that I have. Maybe I should get back into music, because I know how to play some instruments. I don't know. I just phase in and out of things. And that's okay. Like, I'm putting a lot of pressure on myself at the moment to find something new and like learn a new skill. But I don't know. I'm just thinking out loud at the moment. And this is the essence of the coffee talks. I'm just thinking out loud at this point. And if it resonates with whoever, then good. If it doesn't, I'm sorry. But thank you for tuning in. And I don't know if this has anything to do with it, but I've always considered myself to be a jack of all trades. So I have a lot of skills with a lot of things, but I'm not an expert at anything. Like, I don't excel in anything. I'm just good at a lot of stuff, which is good, but also sometimes it makes me very frustrated. I wish I was the kind of person who would just be a freaking brain when it comes to a specific subject and just being so passionate about it and just having like this expertise. But I don't. I'm just good. I'm just good at a lot of things, which is convenient because I can do a lot of stuff. But it always made me jump from one thing to another, and it always made me question myself regarding my career, regarding what I like to do, what I want to do with my life. And even as a 25-year-old, I still ask myself that same question sometimes. Less and less, obviously, because I'm saying that and I've just had like a quarter life crisis 4 months ago. But the point is, I'm like settling into who I am, and I'm learning to know who I am and what I actually like and what I'm actually passionate about. But I still have these phases once in a while. And it's okay, but it's also, I'm just waiting for the phases to go by at this point. Like, I know I can feel it in my brain and in my body when I'm starting a new phase, and I'm just waiting for it to fizzle out and for a new one to come, which, I don't know, that's how my brain works. And sometimes it annoys me so much because I feel like I can't stick to one thing and one thing only. And that's a bummer, honestly. But again, there's a good side and the bad side to everything. Just like a mini wheat. What? I'm sorry. That was, yeah. Anyway, I'm getting lost in the sauce here. So it is my cue to wrap it up here. Thank you for watching or listening. Thank you for being here. Thank you for supporting me. I truly, 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 truly mean it. Hopefully I have made a little difference in your day to day. If you would like to make a difference in mine, you know what to do. And I'm going to wish you une bonne journée.